This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So it's that special time of year where all business owners are thinking about what last minute tax write-offs can they get within this year. So let's go ahead and talk about the best purchases you can make as a photographer for your taxes. So huge disclaimer here, I am not a tax professional. This is just information I thought I'd share with you all because it's something I'm currently thinking about myself. So just some things to give you some ideas. Make sure you do your homework, go get yourself a CPA or something of that sort before you make any of these decisions. Starting out with the first place to make an investment, which is something technically you should have been doing all year in the first place, so not a last minute tax write-off, but investing in some sort of IRA. Now, this is something I think a lot of photographers don't think about, especially when they go full-time, but how are we going to retire? Like, in all seriousness, we don't have 401k support, we don't have IRAs and all this other stuff going for us from another business. We have to do it ourselves. That's why I recently myself opened my own SEP IRA. And if you're not familiar with a SEP IRA, that's for self-employed individuals like ourselves. With this, you can make contributions into your SEP IRA over the year, which will be tax deductible, I believe, the next year. Again, I don't really know this stuff, but it's something you can do to help save taxes and also pay yourself for retirement because our needs are not going to last forever doing weddings. I do all my investing inside of N1, which I've been using for about 2 years now. I'm not sponsored at all, but I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check them out. The thing I love most about them is it's robo investing. Basically, I set up a pie for the percentages I want to invest into different companies, and it just does it for me. Basically, out of all the money I receive, I take a portion out and immediately throw it at that SEP IRA, and then that's just my process. The amount you can put inside of a SEP IRA as well is pretty huge. It's way more than what you could have in like a 401k or something of that sort, mainly because it's a business. So I highly recommend you look into this if you're not doing it yet. Again, we need to be taking care of ourselves as self-employed individuals, not just get out here, be shooting weddings for years, and then wonder how we're going to retire. So this is the first investment you should be making. And again, it's not directly tax write-offable at the current moment, but it's definitely something you should be doing in your business. The second place is advertising. This is something I believe you should be doing all year at some point. Again, you should be investing into your business so that it's giving you money back rather than just being concerned about spending your money on advertising. Again, there's nothing wrong with advertising. I mean, look at me here on YouTube. All of my money comes from advertising. Advertising is how businesses run, and a business that does not advertise does not get work. Now, again, make smart choices about your advertising, but make sure you're spending your money in the right places. Advertise on Google, maybe the Knot if you want to, but I'll link my other video about them up here. You can do things on Instagram, put yourself in local magazines. There's a lot of things that you can invest in. And again, this is all a tax write-off. I know a lot of publications and magazines and online support will be selling a lot of spots right now to get set up for the next year. So look in your local area and see what there is that you can start advertising with. Again, it's a tax write-off, and if you have the extra money, this should be bringing you more money in, which is the main point of making these investments. The third one is very specific, but it's something I personally do every year, and it's the Red Tree Albums credit sale. Now, if you didn't know, I do all my albums through Red Tree Albums. I'll leave a link up above about how I build my albums where I talk about Red Tree Albums as well. But I absolutely love the quality of their albums. And if you'd like to see more about them, please let me know and I can do more dedicated videos. But generally at the end of the year, to help out photographers, they'll do a credit sale where they'll discount the credits so you can go ahead and front load all the money that you're going to be spending on albums next year. So I invest in this pretty much every year. Now, all of my couples get albums within their proposal, and so for me, this makes sense. If I know I'm shooting at least 5 weddings, I can go ahead and throw $5,000 and get that deal and have all my albums be discounted already. And this is the kind of stuff you want to get ahead of. I don't want to have to purchase every single one of my albums, which clearly they should be marked up, and they are. However, whatever you can do to save yourself money and give yourself tax write-offs is a huge win in your business. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can check that out, but I absolutely love this sale. I'm not sponsored by Red Tree Albums either. This is what I personally use for every single one of my couples, and they absolutely love the albums. The fourth place to invest is in a website, which you should be doing with this video sponsor, Squarespace. Now, I've talked about it many time, but if you're a photographer, wedding photographer, or trying to do more wedding photography work and you don't have a website, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Keep in mind, having a website and all the money that goes into it is a tax write-off for your business. So honestly, there's no point in not having a website. If you're not familiar with Squarespace, they're an online platform to help you build your website. And honestly, they have one of the easiest and best builders I have ever used. I recently upgraded my site from 7.0 to 7.1, which is their new system, and it is mind blowing. And that's coming from someone who's been using Squarespace since what, like 2018? Actually, no, more like 2013. I've been using Squarespace for a long time, and seeing it grow and change and become easier has been absolutely amazing. On top of how easy it is to use as well, and all of the great built in templates, there's also great features on top of that. You have analytics so you can see who's coming to your site. You have commerce so you can sell products, physical and digital. You can do courses now. So if you have courses, you can sell that right on your website and so much more. Like Squarespace is hands down one of the best purchases you can make that is also a tax write off for your business. Make sure to check out the link in the description below for 10% off of your first website or domain. Go ahead and get yourself a website. If you're looking for tax write offs, this is a great way to go ahead and start. The best thing you can do is go ahead and pay for a whole year. Not only are you getting a discount because it's yearly, but it's also a bigger write off. So just go ahead, get yourself a website, get it set up, and get it going now. The fifth place is something that you're normally buying, but honestly, you can never have enough, and that's buying more memory. This is SD cards, CF Express cards, more external hard drives. Go ahead and purchase some more of those now before you get to next year and you're like, oh, I need another hard drive. Just go ahead and buy them. I do this pretty often myself. I actually just bought some more SD cards, and these 256 gig cards are expensive, but I have to buy them now that I have the GFX 100 too. So it is what it is. At least they're a write-off. And again, I understand buying stuff for a write-off is not the way, but if you have some extra cash, go ahead and get your memory in there. Recently, I've been buying a whole bunch of little SSDs from Samsung that I take with me, that I'm backing up my own stuff, and they work extremely well. I'll leave a link for them as well. I am not sponsored, but it is what I personally use. So I have a handful of them, and now that the GFX and the iPhone can record directly to SSDs, I'm probably going to buy some more and just have backups and just have backups. You can never have enough memory, so it's something you should be buying every year. May as well go ahead and get it in at the end of the year when you need some more tax write-offs. And the sixth one is going to be insurance for your business. If you don't have liability insurance yet, you need to have some. Why do you not have liability insurance and you're shooting weddings? That's a huge no-no. That's almost worse than shooting with a single SD card slot. So again, make sure you grab some insurance. I personally am using the Hartford, but you can also go with PPA. There's Hill and Usher. There's a whole bunch of people out there that you can go ahead and get insurance with, because a lot of venues won't even let you shoot at them unless they have proof of insurance. So definitely check out getting some insurance for your business. And again, you can write this off on your taxes as well, because it's something you absolutely need to have for your business. Now, the seventh place is going to be education. You can never have enough education, and a great place to start learning more is with these videos here and a link in the description for my courses. Definitely make sure to check those out. Keep getting education in, get those tax write-offs, and have a great new year.